Right, if you just joined us or you're still with us, this is still Enterprise Weekend, reaching you from Enterprise Television. Let's get to our conversation for today. The Nigerian House of Representatives announced plans to donate 704.91 million naira to support vulnerable citizens affected by the removal of the petrol subsidy. The fund, raised from a 6-month 50% salary cut by members, will be presented to President Bola Tinubu on December 31, 2024 for the exclusive benefit of Nigerians facing economic hardship.
The decision followed the motion by Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu during the plenary session on July 18, 2024. Kalu urged members to sacrifice half of their 600,000 naira monthly salary for 6 months to address the country's pressing challenges.
He noted also that while the government is making efforts, more needs to be done to alleviate the hunger crisis and ensure better governance.
And the Speaker, Taujin Abbas, commended members for their steadfastness and dedication to alleviating the plight of Nigerians. He reiterated the House's commitment to addressing the critical needs of citizens and highlighted this financial contribution as a gesture of solidarity.
The move aligns with the House's broader goal of mitigating the economic impacts of subsidy removal and curbing discontent, including protest over governance issues. The initiative reflects a collaborative efforts to support those most affected by the ongoing economic reform. Still with us is Emeka Madunago. Thank you so very much for hanging on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, Emeka, this is quite disturbing. As much as lots of Nigerians would love to applaud it, others will say it's quite disturbing. Given the issue we have in Nigeria, Nigerians are practically suffocating as a result of the what people would call a grotesque sort of policies by Bola Tinubu. But the move from the parliamentarians, do you think that is good enough to curb the issue that we have?
Well, I thank them, first of all. Well, they have given Nigerians a gift, but I'll tell them it's not enough. It's not enough. Your children ask you for meat, and you give them a brisket bone. They ask for meat, not brisket bone. So, it's not enough. These lawmakers, they are talking of 600,000 naira monthly salary, which is nothing to them. To most of them anyway, who are very rich, who are billionaires. Every month they get 21 million naira as allowance. Every month, each of them. Then as chairman of committees, they also get allowances, running allowances. As members of committees, they also get running allowances. So, how can they now say they are donating half of 600,000 naira, which is 300,000 naira, And do you know what that amounts to? That 704 million amounts to just $415,800. What is that? That 704 million naira is just 3 Hilux vans. Yes, 3 years. Have you forgotten last year that the government budgeted 160 million for each SUV?
Yes, exactly.
And you are giving us 704 million. They are just like selling off 3 SUVs now, and giving us. So why are you joking with us?
Okay, Emeka, at this point, a lot of Nigerians will ask, why give it to the president? Does the president have the power to disburse this finance to the poor Nigerians? Why give it to the president?
Especially knowing he has a humanitarian minister, I want to believe, isn't it?
That's true.
You see, all these people are just actors. Politicians are actors. They like to bamboozle people. That's why you say a politician will go to somewhere where there's been a disaster and will cry so much, pretend, oh, this touched me. It's a lie. He's actually thinking of the allowance he will get when he gets back to his office. Yes, if he's out of station, he will get out of station allowance. But he will pretend to cry so much. He will walk in water. You saw the other time, you saw some of them chewing corn on the road. You saw one carrying fruits on the head. They will go to where a woman is roasting corn. All those things are just theatrics. giving that money to the president is a joke. You remember, after the president presented the 2025 budget estimates, the speaker, Tajudeen Abbas, told him, Your Excellency, we will meet with you in Lagos. That was signposting this thing they wanted to do. But it's a mockery. Because they were here, those same lawmakers were here, when in October last year, President Bola Tinubu announced a stimulus plan for the manufacturing sector. Up to today, Tinubu has not implemented it. These same lawmakers were here when big factories, GlaxoSmithKline and the rest of them were leaving Nigeria. They could not hold an emergency session to say, wait a minute, look at GlaxoSmithKline employing 50,000 workers. What can we do? Which emergency measures can we take? I remember when the recession of 2008 struck, the US Congress, they actually had to sit down and they were brainstorming till they came out with some measure that saved big companies, the Lehman Brothers, that saved some big banks, big insurance companies. If those companies had gone down, honestly, the American economy will still be feeling it today. They had to package, then George Bush Jr., George Walker Bush was the president. So they had to quickly do something to save the economy from diving into deep recession. It would have been a total bottoming out. So when you talk about giving money, look, we are not in Gaza. There's a war in Gaza. That's where you can go and be distributing rice, beans, amala, fufu, lafu, and all those things to people. Nigerians are productive, but the sad thing is that 80 million Nigerians are in extreme poverty. And we have been told that for us to get those 80 million out of poverty back to the middle class or lower middle class level, we have to have a growth of 38% per annum, sustained growth. The Nigerian government, the Tinubu government, in its medium-term economic framework, is projecting about 2% growth. That is why the members of the House of Representatives, instead of them to cry, weep in shame, they will be talking of donating 704 million that will disappear in transit. They will start giving people bags of 10 kg bags of rice.
Thank you so much, Emeka. Thank you. And joining us virtually at this time is Barrister Evan Tufili. Good morning, Barrister Evan Tufili.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, so basically we're talking about the issue of the donation by our parliamentarians at this time. And of course, Nigerians have questioned the intent of that particular donation. And the question is, do you think this is more like a mockery to Nigerians?
Well, definitely, it's quite clear that is not the solution to the problem of the country. In fact, that policy itself tells you a lot about the kind of persons that represent you at the National Assembly. To come to that resolution, that this is some kind of solution, is most unfortunate. Unfortunate because these persons have not made one law since they got into office to reduce poverty in the land or to checkmate the harsh economic condition that has ravaged the entire political system of the country. They have not been able to do that. Meanwhile, if you go and check their manifestos, you will see all the lies that they lied there as to what they will do when they get into office, how they will solve problems and all that. This thing they are introducing now wasn't part of their manifesto, that they are going to come and be contributing money. You know, there's no way in the world where lawmakers contribute money to rescue a nation. You understand? There's no way in the world, no precedent whatsoever, that they come together to contribute money as if they are doing a colo, or what do you call this thing? When they will be dropping money inside one box, so that at the end of the day, that money will not be what they will use to rescue the citizens from hardship. It is not done anywhere in the world. Okay, so this is pure deception. This is just to appease the psychology of many persons. I mean, there are people who this will appeal to. And maybe that is maybe the lowest class in society. This will appeal to them. It will look as if now your lawmakers all overnight, they are now selfless. Okay? They are putting their heads together. They are trying to, it's a question of the blind leading the blind. For whoever we think that this is a solution to the problem of Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Barrister.
It is not.
Thank you. I want to ask you a question because you made a strategic comment. You said appeasing the psychology of Nigerians. Now, if they are to appease the psychology or the mindset of some Nigerians, what is the best way they should have actually handled the situation aside from putting money together to give to the vulnerable or the poor Nigerians?
What they should have done is to look at the economic indices that brought us here. What was the policy that led to this crisis we are in, an energy crisis and all kinds of economic crises? What led to it? Go back to the policy itself and apply policy intelligence to that policy that's lacking in everything human. Okay, that's where they're supposed to go back to that fuel subsidy thing. Okay, and then look at how to subsidize food. Look at how to subsidize the very critical things. When you look at Abraham Maslow's theory of need, it talks about this hierarchy. Okay. The first among them has to do with the basic needs of man. That is food, shelter, clothing, those basic needs. Do you know that it is the disruption of that basic need that is giving us this problem? That is to say that the average Nigerian have not been able to conquer the first need of man. Okay, many people are homeless. That's why they defecate on the expressway. Okay, many of them are unable to eat. That's why they go around begging. Okay, many of them are able to take on the basic issues of life. So the lack of doing that in a country where you have a government, it means the government has failed ostensibly to address the needs of people. So if you have to appease people, you have to take them out of poverty. Go to China, go to India, you see the strategy that the government deployed to pull people out of poverty. That is what they need to do. And they must enact a law to that effect. And put the threshold that every person in the country must have the basic necessities and focus on those basic necessities. It's when they have basic necessities that they can think and be creative and be able to do and stay away from defecating on the expressway, stay away from malfeasance and social disturbance. They are able to feed, they are able to do the basic things of life. So does Parliament, that they are aware of this? What law have they put in place to eradicate this poverty? And those who do small-scale businesses and all that, what measures and what law have they put in place to ensure that they have capital or they have loan and all that to take care of issues? So this issue of buying cars for them and spending money to buy private jets is a clear indication that the government have lost cause. It does not understand what to do in times like this.
Yes, very true. And I want to ask you, we've never had this worse. This is the 10th National Assembly, which of course would end 13th of June 2027. Before now, other people that had, of course, occupied that particular position, Nigerians used to see them as rubber-stamped assembly. Now Nigerians see these ones as super-glued 10th National Assembly. Is this possible? Could this be maybe possible because of the sort of democracy we are currently running, or the type of leadership that we have now?
Well, we couldn't have gotten anything better than what we have now. We couldn't have. Look at the electoral system that even produce what you have. Okay, the electoral system that produce what you have now has a whole lot to tell you about what this government will become. I mean, it was not a system that threw up the people's choices. Okay, what do you expect now? From president down to the councillor from your local government are people who were piloted either through corruption or through godfatherism or through some kind of corruption. So at the end of the day, you see, the deep calleth unto the deep. That's what the scripture says. Okay, you couldn't have a corrupt system produce incorruptible people. Okay, so what you have now is they have occupied these places. For the next 4 years, what they are thinking about is how to amass wealth, how to steal, how to circumvent, how to divert whatever it is that is resources that is meant for the commonwealth and the common good of all. Okay, so now the outcome is what you have. the outcome is what you have. Was it not this National Assembly that were fighting over rice not too long ago? Okay, so when you have that, you expect them to now become the messiah overnight, to now rescue this society from what is going on. I mean, it's just we're in a very bad place in this country, and I think something must be done expeditiously to make, because for the next 4 years, I doubt if anything is going to change, because people cannot just change like that. The system that brought them into office is one that cannot guarantee such kind of change that we desire.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barrister Ivan Sefele. Emeka Matnago, just add this to your part in short. At this point, I want to ask, which way Nigeria before 2027, when the leaders who are currently in the National Assembly would actually vacate office, which way, if they should continue like this, will our borrowing rate increase? What will be the hope of Nigerians at this point?
You are trying to make me into a prophet by force. Okay, let me try a little. Things will get worse. Things will get worse. Purchasing power will reduce. Because the strength of any economy is the purchasing power of the people, the per capita income of the people. That's it. There is no magic. There is no, you can go to church and pray for money till night. You're just wasting your time. Those who have their brains well screwed will go to work. They will pray to God and then go to work. And that is the basic tragedy of the Nigerian economy. One member of the House of Reps on X the other day was saying that no, he will never ever invest money in rental properties. That is a waste of money. That in fact, it got to a point he had to allow some people to stay free. And I said, what? This man is in the House of Reps? So this man doesn't know that this is even a golden opportunity for him to push for a bipartisan legislation that will help to improve the real estate sector, that will help to improve the rental sector. Don't he know that this is even an opportunity for him to say, wait a minute, let us hold a public hearing on the rental sector. Look at the cost of rent, high, soaring cost of rents in Nigeria. Look at what are the problems, what are the, what is motivating it. And then how come some people feel that the rental sector is not profitable, while some others will say it's profitable. Why? It lost the opportunity. It just turned it to a pedestrian argument. Now that is the problem we have in Nigeria. Thought paralysis. Many Nigerians, the more money they earn, the lesser, the more they sink into intellectual deficiencies. The lesser they use their gray matter, because there's so much luxury now, so why do I have to think, why do I have to, but they forget that they are dying in installment. That's why you see cat pushers, if they can get some bread and beans to eat and pure water to take, they live longer than many of these big men with all these jeeps and SUVs and everything. Why? The most important part of your body is your brain. Your brain. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, was the president of the United States when the United States went through the Great Depression. He was wheelchair bound. He was wheelchair bound. But that man took America through a very bad patch and came out. That's why he had 3 terms. He's the only American president who has had 3 terms in office. I give you an example of 2008. I was in the United States then, and I saw firsthand the efforts that were being made. After September 11, 2001, I visited the United States just like a week or 2 after the terror attacks. And I saw firsthand, the devastation. Many companies were closing down, media houses were closing down, so many things, so much despair and all that. But I saw firsthand too how, because we visited Congress, how congressmen, how everybody was busy. No, we will not be defeated. America will not be defeated. In 2008, the depression again, the recession, I'm sorry. I saw how everybody put their hands together, everybody. And they were able to withstand the recession. Do you know what? Nigeria missed that recession. This economy would have just collapsed. But because of the foresight of Professor Chukwuma Soludo, who was the CBN governor, that said that banks should recapitalize, they took some measures. Even though the stock exchange of Nigeria bottomed out, A lot of people lost money, but it would have been worse. So what I'm saying is that those who have put in the National Assembly or who force their way into the National Assembly should put on their thinking cap. They should make use of their grey matter. If they lack the wisdom, let them ask. Let them ask God. Let them ask human beings around them. They will guide them.
Ambassador Vance, Emeka did say parliamentarians using their grey matter. And I love to, talk about just Friday, just yesterday, Bello El-Rufai, the son of the former governor, Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, urged the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, to prioritize reducing budgets of MDAs, noting that Nigerians are increasingly concerned about the yearly rise in government spending. And he said, and I would love to quote this, Nigerians are tired of every agency buying forks and knives every year. We should show them we are serious and make this drastic cut. Is this another form of deceit from another parliamentarian who wants to appease to the vulnerable and some Nigerians who would love to believe his statement?
You said another form of what? Your voice sits there.
Yes, I said, is this another form of deception?
Well, is it what he's saying? I mean, it's not far from the truth now. What the young man is saying. When you look at our budget, the only thing that is classified as required expenditure is salaries. If you look at our budget, salaries. But apart from salaries, there are so many other things which the agencies, the MDAs and all of them, where they claim to be buying every month, or every year rather. Some things that are actually durable and sustainable, some items that will stay, for years. We find them in the budget repeatedly. In fact, some of them are just copy and paste. And the federal government keep recycling money towards those directions. And you see, this thing is not just, when we look at the politicians only and think that that's where our problem is, we're getting it wrong. Yes, and you and I, we're also largely involved in the decay. We're largely involved to the extent that you find, a permanent secretary, you find a minister, cutting corners, the civil servants helping them to retire these funds. There's a way they do it. So everyone has put their hands in the pot. Okay, people are just trying to get whatever it is they can get. Nobody's thinking about Nigeria. Nobody's thinking about the country. Okay, everybody's about what to get into their pocket, and once that gets into their pocket, the other people or the society can go to hell. What you call patriotism is not the priority of the Nigerian, and at the same time, that person also wants the country to grow. So that is a contradiction of some sort, because the country will not grow if we are looking up to the president to solve the problem, when around us, ourselves, we are living in some kind of decay and indiscipline. I mean, people acting just anyhow they like. Okay, apart from the fact that we must look at our budget critically, and then look at the performance, and look at where these leakages are going to. We will not be able to, even the institution that fights corruption, what they do is to wait until somebody writes a petition, that this governor has embezzled this, or this contractor have taken this and didn't deliver, or this person have taken and didn't deliver. The EFCC itself, which is the body that should also have a copy of the budget, should have a copy of these funds as they are released, should know whether these funds as they are released are meant for the purposes. That is how to go about it. So that they can also initiate investigation without just waiting for a petition to come from the public.
I don't know. Just before I let him go.
No, looking at our time.
Yeah, just for 16 seconds, Mr. Fazifel, if you might. This might not be. This question might not be to save us, or maybe to to make us feel happy. But you have been in the United States for a while now. When you watch their legacy TV stations, are there things that members of the House, the parliamentarians there, are there things that they do that is of concern to the United States to Americans?
Very well. Every day the Parliament discuss everything as much as even there are problems here too. Sometimes people wake up and take gun and start shooting others. And when you ask them, they say it's just their mind and all that. So the popularity of this place too, the risk is also there. Nigeria is not a little country that is bedeviled with it, but here they discuss everything down to water, down to anything that is happening, okay? And but I must say that they have a system here, a system that works, okay, that regulates activities, and anything untoward, they clamp down at it immediately, okay? They are not, their lawmakers don't really earn so much outlandishly like ours do at the expense of the general masses. Okay, it's a thing of passion. Many of them, they are doing it for the passion, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of society advance, patriotism and all that.
Thank you so
much. As against some of our people who do not care about what happens thereafter.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a good one, and I think it's an opportunity for our lawmakers to equally learn, the importance of true, genuine patriotism. Doing it for the people, and not for Nigerians,
and not for the SUVs,
and not for self. Thank you so very much, Barrister. We truly do appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Yes, thank you as always.
Thank you for your time.
All right, people, that's just about the time we have for today. We'd love to say thank you to you, but please do well to visit us. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I am Henry Igwe.
And I'm Chioma Okohe.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.